Have you ever looked around and just had this feeling that we've all kind of stopped questioning things? I mean, in a world that's just getting louder and faster, something really important is quietly slipping away. Our ability to think for ourselves. So we're going to get into that. We're going to explore this idea of collective stupidity, and don't worry, it's not what it sounds like. And more importantly, how we can start a little quiet rebellion to take back our own minds. So let's just start with this question right here. I mean, what really happens when we, as a whole, just stop questioning? When we start reacting instead of reflecting? When we trade deep thought for the comfort of an echo chamber? It's a huge question because the answer, well, it affects absolutely everything. So there's this concept called collective stupidity. Now, I know that sounds pretty harsh, right? But it's not about people lacking intelligence, not at all. It's about what you see here, this slow, almost invisible surrender of our own independent thought. It's when we start outsourcing our thinking to the crowd, to an algorithm, to whatever's loudest and easiest. Okay, so how in the world did we even get to this point? Well, it really starts with a simple and maybe kind of uncomfortable truth about the world we live in now. We are in an environment that pretty much rewards speed over depth and fitting in over being curious. I mean, let's be real for a second. Deep thinking, it's hard work. It slows everything down. It makes you question popular opinions, and it forces you to ask some really tough questions. And in a culture that is obsessed with being right and being right now, just asking yourself, hey, what if I'm wrong about this? That can feel super risky. Thinking has basically become an inconvenience. All right, so if thinking is inconvenient, what are the actual forces that are kind of conditioning us to do less of it? Well, that brings us right to our second point. Our world today is, you could say, perfectly designed for distraction. Look, our brains, we're just not built for this. Every single day, we are hit with this massive flood of information. It's overwhelming. So to cope, what does our brain do? It takes shortcuts. It relies on old habits, biases, and just cues from other people. We stop analyzing and we just start reacting. And this right here is one of the biggest shortcuts, social proof. You know what I'm talking about. Think about when you're shopping online. You see a product with thousands of 5-star reviews and you instantly trust it, right? That's social proof. We just automatically assume something is right or good because a whole bunch of other people think it is. We let the crowd do the thinking for us. So what's the result of this constant flood of information? Well, our attention spans are just shattered. We skim headlines, we don't actually read the articles, we're constantly jumping between tabs, and we really struggle to stay with one single idea long enough to truly get it. And this is the key. You absolutely cannot think critically if you can't focus. So just take a second and be honest with yourself. When was the last time you really, truly sat with a complex idea, turned off your phone, shut out the noise, and just thought about it? For a lot of us, it's probably been a while. But you know, this whole challenge isn't just about our phones and technology. It actually goes a lot deeper. It's emotional. A lot of the time, we avoid deep thinking because, well, there's a certain comfort in just going along with the crowd. Thinking deeply forces us to step into this kind of cave of uncertainty, to face questions that don't have easy answers. And that can feel really threatening. It's just so much easier to stay inside the walled garden of what we already believe, where everything feels safe and makes sense. So instead of exploring, we just end up defending. And this leads us to a really pivotal question. When people stop asking questions and just accept the stories they're told, who actually benefits from that? When an entire population becomes easier to influence, easier to persuade, less likely to rock the boat, well, certain systems and interests tend to do very, very well. This slide just nails it. Think of your brain having two modes. You've got fast thinking on one side. That's your autopilot. It's like you're just drifting on a raft, carried along by emotions and instincts. Then you've got slow thinking. That's manual mode. That takes real effort. It's like grabbing the controls. Our modern world pretty much encourages us to just stay on the raft and drift. And when we're just stuck drifting on that raft of fast thinking, we fall right into this huge trap, confirmation bias. So, for example, if you already believe a certain politician is dishonest, your brain will light up every time you see a story confirming that, and it'll just brush aside anything that says otherwise. We stop accepting ideas because they're true. We accept them because they feel familiar. We stop seeking truth and start seeking validation. Okay, I know this all sounds a little bleak, but it's not hopeless. It's really not. This is where the quiet rebellion comes in. It's all about making a conscious choice to take back our intellectual independence. And it really starts with small, deliberate actions, just like you see here. First, you have to become a detective of your own beliefs. Ask yourself, why do I believe this? Where did I get this idea? Second, you have to practice holding two opposing ideas in your mind at the same time without having a meltdown. It's like mental weightlifting, it makes you stronger. And third, you have to consciously choose effort over ease. Reject that impulse for intellectual laziness. And this is really the heart of it all. This kind of thinking doesn't just happen by accident anymore. In the world we live in, choosing to think deeply is an active, conscious choice. It's a pure act of intention. But ultimately, we have to face the real reason we often run away from thinking. It's not that we can't do it, it's that we're scared of what we might find. Real, honest thinking can challenge who we are, what we believe, even our sense of belonging to a group. And yeah, that discomfort is powerful, but real growth only ever happens when we're willing to question the things that feel safe. So please, remember this. Critical thinking isn't just some skill you learn. It's a series of choices you make every single day. It's the choice to seek what's true over what's comfortable, the choice to find clarity in a world that's just full of noise, and the choice to pursue real understanding over that easy hit of validation. So, I'll leave you with this final question to take with you. As you go about your day, as you scroll through your feeds and hear all the opinions flying around, just ask yourself this one thing. Am I just reacting, or am I truly, deliberately thinking? The answer to that, well, it might just change everything.